beautiful Virgo, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little mid-month check-in reading. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I'm truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I'll never ask you for your credit card details, and I will never ask you for personal details either. So if anyone masquerading as me asks you for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading, my beautiful Virgo. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, so this reading is a little bit different. Us tarot readers, we tend to focus on love or career, money, that sort of thing, blessings, because it is the major topic that humans sort of deal with. So nobody really asks how you're doing or how you're navigating a period or if there's any blockages or obstructions that you need to overcome. So I'm just going to do like a personal power growth kind of energy reading just to see what's going on there for you. And let's see what comes up there for you. Now, the first energy is your protagonist energy. The second energy is any obstacles that you've been going through. And the third energy card is going to be how you transmute it or come through it, anything that's coming your way. Now, let us see what's happening here. We've got the protagonist energy as the snake. Now, this is the Lenormand deck by Lamucci Design. Beautiful deck there. The snake tends to mean hidden knowledge. So perhaps you're keeping some sort of secret or you're keeping something to yourself, my beautiful Virgo. Now, a lot of people see the snake as a symbol of deception. I do not feel like you're deluding yourself in any shape or form. The energy I get here is rebirth, rejuvenation. Snakes tends to be about, releasing or shedding things that are no longer necessary and being reborn. So I feel like you are shedding things that are holding you back. I feel like you're actually being really honest with yourself. You're releasing yourself from denial and gaining major clarity. But I feel like you're keeping something on the down low. Something is either you've got a project or something that's really important to you that you're keeping to yourself. Perhaps there's an important relationship or friendship that you feel you don't want to expose at this time. You're just seeing where things go. Or it could even be that you've reconnected with someone in the past and you're not really sure whether it is something that you are feeling comfortable with to expose at the moment. But there's something here. It doesn't have to be, it could be that you're feeling a bit private, that you just want to keep yourself to yourself at this time and you're going a little bit off grid. It's not because you're being deceptive in any way, shape or form or keeping secrets in a negative way from people. I feel like this is about self-protection and rejuvenation because the snake is, snakes are really wonderful creatures. Every sort of living being on this planet is here for a reason. Okay, so I feel like media and movies and all of those things give snakes a bit of a bad rap. Of course, they can lash out and bite, and they have a lot of venom. And, but they tend to not really sort of lash out unless they feel threatened. It is a protective measure. If you think about snakes and their venom, it is to protect themselves. So I feel like this could be you sort of going, it's almost like recoiling in a protective energy. You may feel that I just feel like you're off grid or off the radar on something, okay? Now, the blockages here that we've got, the resistance energy, we've got the ship. Now, the ship is about the journey, okay? So you may have felt like you've been going through a very, very tough time and emotionally it's been quite fraught. So I feel like you're trying to navigate the high seas. As you can see there, water in tarot tends to mean emotions or dreams, goals. So you may have felt like sometimes it's almost like if you think about a big wave that's coming towards you, you have an option. Let it engulf you and take you down, or you got to ride that wave and you're not sure where it's going to take you, but there's some highs and lows that go with it. That's what life is all about. It's the journeys of the highs and lows. We're not going to experience a life that is full of like unicorns and rainbows. That's just not how life works. And I feel like you're navigating a tough period within your life. And I feel like you have come through a lot of obstacles. And I feel like you are actually meeting any challenge head on. But there may be something that's been quite challenging in your world that you felt like you had to sort of, it's almost like, go off grid a little bit, take a temporary time out to really focus on something in order to meet the challenge head on and overcome it. I mean, your unified energy here is a lot of growth, a lot of wisdom, and you're flourishing because of it. So I feel like you will overcome the obstacles. As you can see, that ship is on the high seas, but the ship is sailing. It is still managing to sort of thrive in uncertain circumstances. So Virgo, I feel like you always manage to find a way, but you may have had to go off grid a little bit to really focus or protect your wonderful self against some tough emotions that you've been dealing with recently. I mean, if you've been dealing with someone who's been deceptive towards you or been unkind, or you've uncovered a secret in some way from somebody that somebody kept from you, it may have caused you a lot of anxiety or grief. And in some way you're trying to navigate those tough emotions, but they are indicating that you will come out the other side changed and stronger, okay? Now it's number three. Number three is the Empress Energy, which is sort of Taurus, Libra energy. So this is about whatever it is, it's ongoing. The Empress Energy is seeds have already been sown, okay? And it is about sort of moving towards abundance, or whatever it is that you are trying to create in your world, but it's been a difficult journey. And I feel like you've really been through the ringer with this. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, my beautiful Virgo, and I feel like you are flourishing because of it, okay? So hang in there. It is always darkest before the dawn, and I feel like there is a real challenge that you are going to overcome here, and I feel like, well, they're giving me the word steadfast. Steadfast. So it's almost like you're holding tight and you're riding it out, okay? But you are actually coming out the other side in a really positive light, okay? Also with the snake there, it's number 7. So number 7 is the Chariot card energy. So this is about success, being determined to overcome any challenges and move forward. It's almost like I feel a renewal of your spirit, a revival of your spirit. It's almost like, I just feel like there's this energy of, if you were, I don't know why they're giving it to me like this, but they are. So I'm scrying at the same time as doing your reading and feeling the energy. But they're showing me an image of a boxer. You know, when you feel like a boxer is down and out for the count, you just get back in the ring. You're getting back up. And actually, they're showing me like a boxing champion. Someone, you know, I don't really know much about boxing, but you know, they hold the well, they're actually giving me like gold. Like, is it, I don't know if there's I know there's like a heavyweight, but is there a gold? Do they win gold? I'm not sure. So, but they're showing me someone's arms being raised up. So you will win. Whatever it is you're battling away on, you will win. Now, maybe a boxer is in some way important to you, or that's how you're feeling right now. You know, maybe you felt like life has been dealing you a lot of blows and you keep having to get up and get up and get up, but you will thrive. You will be the champion. You will win. Whatever this is that you felt has knocked you back or knocked you down in some way. Maybe it's a delay, but you feel like you have to keep fighting, getting back in the ring to do something. They're indicating here that there is, I mean, this is number 20, which is the garden, which can represent teamwork and sort of networking and people, soul tribe members being there for you. Don't feel like you're on your own. Okay, there are people who care a lot about you. And I feel like there are people who will come to your aid, but it is number 20. So this is the Judgment card energy. So whatever it is that you're wrestling with, or you feel you're having to make a decision on, you're at a pretty important moment in your life where you're making a major decision. It means you're at a bit of a fork in the road and you're reaching for new life. So that means you must purge things that no longer serve you or would hinder your journey moving forward. And, you know, this is about you being renewed on the other side. The Judgment energy, number 20, is about your purpose or your call to your true prosperity. So I feel like you are rejuvenating your spirit. You are renewed. You're trying to release self-doubt. Now, because we've got the snake in this position, sometimes snakes can represent, either jealousy or self-doubt in some way, and it's in your protagonist energy. So I feel like sometimes we have feelings of low self-worth, or we sort of self-sabotage ourselves with feelings of self-doubt, or there's, if you've been rejected in some area of your life and you feel like you have to keep fighting for something, sometimes it can knock our confidence. And it's almost like the only thing that, this is a very odd way of putting it, but this is the way they're giving it to me. Sometimes the snake is at the bottom of our own mountain. Okay, I've never really heard that before. I'm gonna have to look up that and see if it's actually a saying. Perhaps it's something that resonates with you in some way if it does. But I feel like it's almost like it lies dormant until such time as we're rising up, and then all of a sudden it sort of strikes, sometimes to knock ourselves down. Sometimes we self-sabotage is what they're giving me here. But whatever journey, you will thrive and flourish. There is a lesson here, but I feel like you're blossoming on the other side. Let us see a little bit deeper what else is coming towards you or what you're navigating at this time. I'm using the Way of the Panda Tarot, beautiful deck there by Kimberly M. San. It's also illustrated by Celia LaBelle. I'm only reading the uprights in this deck, just so you're aware. The Hanged Panda, the Strength card, 2 major arcanas out of a full deck. So this is pretty important energy. It's a very important time for you. We've got the 3 of Wands. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. A lot of waiting energy here. We've got the Moon card, so there's a bit of fear energy. We've got the 3 of Swords, being strong during a difficult period, and we've got the King of Swords. That's almost like you're a visionary. You can see the way out, you can see the solution, and they want me to go 2 more times, so I will. We got the Wheel of Fortune. Now, if you know my readings, you tend to get a Tower at the same time, but I feel the 3 of Swords is actually something you've been navigating that has, I mean, it may have been a difficult period, but I feel like you're over the shock of it, or you're over it in some way, you're moving through it. But let's see, we got the 3 of Cups, which is celebration, but it's also a circle of support energy. So your first card, okay, now this is not going to resonate for everybody, but they're showing me a pair of pink socks. So if you are currently putting on a pair of pink socks, there's something in this message for you. If that's not you physically doing that, I mean, it could be that you just bought some, or pink socks especially tend to be something that is original or out of the norm, very creative. It's like a splash of color to sort of highlight your personality. So, I mean, socks tend to mean as well that you're coming out of a comfort zone in some way to take action on something. You're doing something differently, perhaps. So, please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone. But the Hanged Panda. Now, this is about pause. Hanged Panda is like, or the Hangman energy. It is about rediscovering something in a different way. It's almost like you're manifesting new opportunities, but you've sacrificed something in order to gain something greater. You may feel uncertain in the sacrifices that you've made, because the Moon card represents fear, illusion, and it represents, sort of releasing yourself, becoming aware of that shadow self. The Moon card is about awareness of shadow self, being aware of where sometimes we set our own selves back by feeling like we're not good enough, or sort of not trusting our intuition. And the Moon is all about intuition. So I feel the Hanged Panda is reminding you that the sacrifices that you've made, even the decisions that you've made, if you felt indecisive or you felt fear making them, I feel like you're actually opening yourself up to a lot of opportunity and abundance. So even in uncertain times where you feel like you're on pause or on hold in some way, it's all about perspective. You're being redirected to something that is more in alignment with who you are, your spirit. So for example, if you've recently lost a job, or you lost a job and you're trying to find a job, or there's been something that has really rocked your foundations and caused a lot of sadness or anxiety in some way, they are indicating, look at that panda. It's like sleeping on the moon, which basically says get comfortable with uncertainty, because that is the only thing that is sure in life, which is change. Okay, the thing that we can change is our perception of how it works for us. Okay, life is not about certainties. It's about trying to find stability regardless of uncertain circumstances. So I feel like that's what you're doing. You're finding security in uncertain circumstances. So I feel like you are protected and redirected if you felt that you have lost out on an opportunity, because whatever is meant for you will never ever pass you by. Okay, there is an element of fate governing our journey, but also we are the master and the mistress of our own destiny. And I feel like you with that King of Swords, you've got some sort of plan, or you're taking some time out to sort of formulate, negotiate, or think before you act on something that's actually going to be very, very fruitful for you. There's going to be a cause for celebration, but it may have made you feel nervous. That's why you've gone off grid. You're being in a private kind of energy where it's almost like you don't want to jinx something, or you could have. There's also an energy, and this is not going to resonate for everybody. It's almost like your worst fears could have been realized. For example, someone could have betrayed you, or there could have been some sort of, there's some sort of sorrow here that has really rocked your emotional foundation. And so a fear could already have been realized. I mean, we're all going through a major pandemic, something that none of us have ever experienced before. We've read about it before in past situations, many, many years ago, centuries ago, all of those things, but we're living it. It's a difficult period to navigate. So not only are you trying to keep, afloat financially, and, try and keep yourselves healthy and all of those things, you're looking after your bills, you're trying to do life. So sometimes, we have to acknowledge that we're doing a really good job. We forget how much we're actually doing day to day, and we're human, So with this Three of Swords, I feel like there has been a painful lesson here for you, or there's some sort of sorrow that you've been going through. You may feel also that you've been alone in this, but I do feel like you have some really important, you've got 2 threes here, so that's important to remember that you have people around you who care a lot about you, who love you, and actually respect you. The King of Swords is very respected for being a visionary, okay? So we've got the Strength card. So I feel with the Strength card, you are strong. You've endured a lot because you've had to. So whatever life has thrown at you, you found a way to find a solution. And I feel like that's exactly what you're doing again here. The Strength card also is about a reminder to find pockets of gentleness and compassion within yourself. Self-care routines, healthy boundaries, making sure you say no to the people who sometimes take advantage, so that you can actually give some me time to yourself. The Strength card also reminds you to love yourself fully and unconditionally, and have the courage to say and stand up for what it is you truly desire, to go after your goals and dreams. In this position, I feel like you've been struggling a lot with something that's been quite painful, or quite uncertain, nerve-wracking, brought a lot of anxiety. But I feel like you are finding a way. As you can see, there's like a little mouse there on top of the panda. It's mighty, okay? So I feel like even in uncertain times, you found that courage to be strong and sort of resilient. And I feel like you are about to sort of come into more abundance. It's almost like karma is changing for you. There's some really good karma and some good luck on its way after a long period of you battling away to get to where you want to be, okay? Now, we also have the Three of Wands. If you're asking yourself, am I on the right path? The Three of Wands says yes. This is about, it's almost like measuring how far you've come, where you want to go next. This is about an abundance of opportunities before you, and that you can trust yourself, that your visions, or you sort of following your heart's desire, will lead you to where you want to go. It will lead you to celebration. You've got a Three of Cups here, which is a celebratory energy. It is a win. But the Three of Wands says you may be holding back a little bit, waiting for the right moment. So you may be in that sort of decision period. Also, the Three of Wands tends to talk about who you can trust, teamwork, people you want to expand your opportunities with. So if you're asking yourself, are you on the way to achieve? The answer is yes. There is accomplishment here. And, this particular panda's got like a unicorn horn on there. So it's almost like dream big, dream boldly, because you can create whatever it is that you want, okay? You are about to flourish and step into, it's almost like step into a positive period in your life that you thought wasn't possible, okay? We've got the King of Swords, which means whatever it is you're planning, whatever it is you're thinking about, you're holding back on, before you act on it, I feel like you're getting all the details. It's almost like, as I said, the King of Wands tends to be, King of Swords tends to be a visionary. Okay, King of Swords is about seeing the way clearly. Some of you are going to be expanding in terms of your business, going further afield, wanting to travel or go abroad. It may have been a difficult period to make that decision of emigrating or expanding your business. Perhaps you felt the time period has been very fraught with trying to move forward on things, but it's every time you try to make a plan, it's 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. So the King of Swords also is about the truth. So if you felt like there was some sort of deception or some sort of lie, or someone was not opening up towards you, you're going to get the truth, okay? No matter what. This is a truth seeker. You're very intelligent, my beautiful Virgo, and sometimes, especially when there is a position where you could be in where you get emotionally hurt, you go into logical mode. I mean, it is a human sort of nature kind of thing where we all shut down, and we, especially when we feel that we could get hurt in a situation, we put on our armor. And the King of Swords wears an armor. They have a sword there ready to fight. But I feel like your intelligence is mightier than the sword. Rather than, you know, the pen, I'm getting your intelligence is mightier than the sword. I feel like you're going into a logical sort of energy where you're trying to process things rather than allow your emotions to swamp you. Be mindful of that. If you're going to sort of let it go and let it flow, find pockets of self-care where you can take that bath, release those tears, you know, watch a sad movie, just to process the pressure, okay? We all cry, humans, we cry because the body is letting off steam, processing emotions, processing tough sort of periods in our life. We have that sort of attribute for a reason. So you've had to be strong. It's okay. You're on the way towards where you want to go. So Spirit is walking with you every step of the way. You're not alone. I also feel like they're showing me how strong you have been, and that, you know, it's almost like you're nearly there. Don't give up on something. You're really about to hit kind of a jackpot energy. Now, success and jackpot energy kind of look different for everybody. So whatever it is you're trying to sort of navigate that's been a very difficult period for you, you're going to see a ray of hope. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like there's a surprise outcome here for you. The Wheel of Fortune at its grassroots, a grounded energy is, you know, a turnaround of events that work in your favor. Something positive is shifting. And this is, I feel like this also could highlight your destiny. So some of you may be reuniting with people that you lost touch with, and they just make you feel good. They make you feel like it's a part of your life that you miss. And even if they were not on your journey for many, many years, I feel like you and these people, or this person, sort of step back in time almost effortlessly. You know, you can tell a really good friendship or a really good person when you're like, it just feels like easy to talk to that person. So I do feel like there is someone entering your life that actually you haven't talked to for a while, and it just makes you feel calm. Okay, you're not seeking this person to feel calm, but I feel like there's such a wonderful sort of influence with this situation where you reconnect. But the Wheel of Fortune, your fortune or fate is favoring you. So I feel like your luck is changing in some sort of situation to bring you calmer waters. And we've got the Three of Cups there. So there are people who care about you. There are strong friendships around you. You do have a strong support network. Even if these people don't reach out and tell you how they feel, or don't tell you that they admire you, there's definitely an energy here of people celebrating a win with you in some way. The Three of Cups is celebration. So Three of Cups also is about enjoying team spirit. It's almost like I'm getting a oneness from this. I just feel like people sharing experiences, opening up to each other, realizing that people are going through a similar journey as you and that you're not alone is an energy that's very prevalent in this reading. Now, okay, there's bubbles in this picture, okay? As soon as I put it down and looked at it, they are giving me the song, I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, okay? So, I mean, maybe that's relevant to you. Maybe you heard that song recently, or it's something that you're going to hear after this reading, or maybe it's something you've been singing, or maybe you're actually blowing bubbles. They're bringing it to my attention for a reason. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Let me see if there's anything else that you should sort of watch out for. I'm just going to pull some cards, but I mean, I can see that you've been going through a difficult journey. You are about to have a turnaround of fortune, and things start to, it's almost like lucky breaks. Things start working out the way that you hoped. I feel like you may be coming out of a comfort zone in some way if you've been off grid for a little while. I mean, you're getting the Wheel of Fortune again. So they really want you to be aware that there is a positive shift. To get the Wheel of Fortune twice is a really important energy, especially since this deck is beautiful, you know, so it's the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, but it's vintage style. I'm reading the reversals and the upright in this. Okay, so you could have got a reversal in that one, but you didn't. You got the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like there is a lot of opportunity headed your way. If, for example, you've been navigating a tough period, you haven't found a job, or you're trying to, I do feel like there is an opportunity coming. It's almost like a plot twist opportunity. They're giving it to me like this. There is something that you feel like you're about to do, and then something else takes your attention. It's almost like you're redirected in your attention. So for example, you may be like, oh, I'm going to check out the latest movie online. What's the latest sort of movie that has come out in the cinema? Let me just check it out. And you're about to go to that website, but actually your emails pop up, and there's an opportunity that's in your email. It's almost like, I feel like you're redirected to something in some way. And it's to do with the computer. I mean, it could be literally that, for example, you know, sometimes you get a pop-up and it's like, oh, this job opportunity, check out this website for jobs or something like that. And the first page is like the job of your dreams. I feel like there is something that redirects you or catches your attention from what you're about to do. And it's really positive for you moving forward. So look out for that. Now they're showing me little bells. Little bells. Oh gosh, they're tiny little bells, but they may be strung together. Little bells ringing, and they're strung together. So I don't know, either you've got bells like that and they ring every time your door opens or something like that. Please take it as it resonates. I'm not really sure how it resonates with your reading. I'm about to close your reading, so I'm not really sure how it resonates. I mean, bells tend to symbolize arrivals, things opening and closing for you. So I do feel like there is something arriving in your world that actually, bells chime for celebration as well. So I do feel like they are trying to indicate some sort of win is coming your way, and you truly deserve it. Now, oh my gosh, it could be financial, because look at that card. We got I am abundant, and she is surrounded by loads of cash. Okay, so I mean, there could be some sort of windfall on the way for you, but I feel like, okay, they're just showing me an image of a very famous person. One moment, please. I just got to see this. So, very famous person is Bob Marley. And they're giving me an energy of this, an interview. And the interview is someone asking him if he is rich. And he's asking, by what do you mean rich? You mean as in money? And the interviewer is saying, as in money and possessions. And he's saying, in that way, I am not rich, but I am rich in the way of life or something. Okay, so it's almost like all that glitters is not gold. That's the energy I'm getting. So either that is, I'm going to have to look that up to see if there is an interview like that. But they're just giving me this, it's like him being interviewed. So I feel like it's about, there are other riches other than money. That's what I feel like this image is giving. But I mean, if you need, money's awesome if we all need to pay the bills. So I do feel like there is some sort of positive win on its way for you. Something, I mean, she's holding a big old glass of champagne. So that is definitely a celebratory energy. And to get a Wheel of Fortune as well. I feel like your struggles are going to get easier, and there is definitely a win. And it says, I am good enough. Remember, the snake at the bottom of the mountain. Okay, remember that. You are good enough, and even more than that, okay? There is only one you, my beautiful Virgo, and that in itself is your superpower, okay? So remember your unique self. It's number 21, which is a world card, which basically means abundance, completion, things, you know, hitting a final destination on your journey in some way. So a goal is reached. So you are good enough. And this one is number 34. And 3 plus 4, of course, is 7, which is a Chariot card, which means victory, success, overcoming challenges, and winning. But also activating some sort of self-control and recognizing that you are the master and the mistress of your own destiny. Fate has a hand in it, but time is fluid, so things can change. And we can bend with those changes. I'm just going to give you a final card before we close. We've got White Stag, Protector. Now, that is not the first time that card has come up. So I feel it was the Taurus reading perhaps that this came up for as well, maybe even the Libran reading. I'll have to check that out. But it says here, you are an old soul. Your best friend is nature. Use your intuition to take you to where you want to go. Awaken the powerful force within you. You are meant to create blessings with your magic. Okay, white stag protector. Now Virgo, you know, Virgo is a sign of service. I know that is such a cliche to say, but you always care for so many people. You extend your wonderful energy time to a lot of people. Remember to have some me time. Whatever it is, if you think about white stags are so unique. So they're giving me that energy of you being so original. Also, antlers. Those antlers are for protection, but also to fight for what is necessary. So I feel like whatever it is that you've been fighting for, whatever it is you're protecting, because that is the energy that we were getting from that snake energy, plus that boxing energy that came up. I mean, the boxing energy is about fighting for something and winning. There was a gold there. And I mean, look, there's all gold in that. So they're definitely giving the same energy that's coming through the scrying as well. And the snake there is about, as I said, protection, you know, that venom, lashing out, protecting that, or hiding something, you know, protecting something there. So they're definitely giving this energy throughout this reading, whoever I'm picking up, whichever Virgo I'm picking up there. So I feel like there's definitely a win on the way for you. I'm just going to get a drink before we close. Oh gosh, we got two. And this was hanging right off it. We got the peace symbol. So peace of mind, but also things coming full circle for you. So I do feel like there's going to be balance and harmony after a very difficult period. So your emotions will find that peace. They want it on the garden, number 20. And we've got the butterfly. So I feel like you're going to thrive and flourish. It's been a difficult period, but you will come out the other side changed, elevated in some way. Also, I feel if you've been in that hang panda energy where it's been a long time, where you've been waiting for something, struggling with something, I feel like you've learned a lot, because the chrysalis part of the butterfly's journey is stagnancy. It feels like nothing's happening, but actually that's where the true growth happens, where we start to flourish and become what we were always meant to become. And I feel like you are becoming. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, where they want me to put it on the King of Swords. So either an idea or something, you have some sort of epiphany or realization on something. It really helps you find a solution. And I feel like you are a visionary. Trust your intuition, trust the visions you're given. They will never lead you astray. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. As I said, these readings are just for you. It's not about love or money or anything like that. If it pops up, I will mention it, but this is about how you've been dealing with situations and the time period. So I'm quite positive that there is there is a good result on the other end. Okay, so if it does resonate for you, please like or subscribe to my channel, completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is very important for me. Also, before we go, they're giving me a number, synchronicity number, because there's going to be a lot of synchronicities for you. They give me 1212. So either you're watching this video at 12:12, or you get an important call at 12:12, or something important happens at 12:12. You may be seeing 12:12 a lot, but something actually takes action at 12:12 for you, okay, in the next couple of weeks. So look out for that. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo. Love and light.